Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Damien. I'm gonna do a little bit of reminiscing, but with a little bit of scariness, I guess, because I miss doing videos, so I'm gonna do this one. I think it was around Chicago, 1979, Memorial Day weekend in the city of Chicago. Take it back to O'Hare Airport, which was at that time one of the busiest airports, and now probably one of the most busy airports again. There was a flight that was going from Chicago to Los Angeles, and it was taking a bunch of people to a booksellers club. Back in the day, that's what they used to do. They used to go to different bookselling events, sort of like the auto show, but books. Okay, so it was going from Chicago to Los Angeles, but as fate would have it, the plane would never leave the Windy City. Yes, I do live in the Windy City. It was a beautiful holiday weekend in Chicago, and throngs of people were filling the Chicago airport like always, and it was very busy that day from what I read and from what I've heard and from what I've seen in different documentaries also. The passengers of Flight 191, including a number of Chicago literary figures, which of course, they're going to a booksellers convention, so there's going to be a lot of literary figures. They were bound for Los Angeles, and they just never made it. So the passengers boarded the McDonnell Douglas DC shortly around 3 in the afternoon. Yep, because we were in school at the time, and they did announce it. And I can't remember. Yeah, I was not at Drummond School. I was at Palmer because by then I had transferred out to another school. So that's when we heard about it. Um, and that day, nothing seemed out of the ordinary, according to reports. But the plane has had logged more than 20,000 trouble-free hours. So basically, the plane was already seasoned, but it wasn't an older plane, which was understandable. So around 3:02 p.m., the plane started down the runway as usual, like at O'Hare. That's what they do. They go down the runway before they take off. All went smoothly until just prior to takeoff, when an air traffic controller uh, saw parts of the port engine plane falling, and he saw a gray mist, which is probably the gas. Who knows? I can't be sure because I can't remember. A moment later, the aircraft lifted off, and as it did, the entire engine and the pylon tore loose on the mounting of the plane, which that should have been an indication something is terribly wrong. So if you Google pictures, or as a matter of fact, I'll take a picture of what I have of the plane actually flipping in the air and blowing up, because that I remember very vividly. So once it did that, it and crashed down onto the runway. About seconds later, the aircraft banked to the left, then fell to the earth. So yeah, you'll see it flipping on the picture when I put it. It basically was a fireball of a plane. Gas exploded. Passengers didn't even know what happened to them, I'm sure, which is kind of really sad. And that's what makes this haunting a little bit different. Um, right after that, ghostly tales started to appear. There's a trailer park in Des Plaines, if I'm correct, or it was there. It's in Des Plaines. And in this trailer park, people started reporting that even right after, like maybe a few hours later, people were knocking on doors. And one guy in particular said that he did come to the door. Him and his wife were there, and they said that some guy looked like he had fog on his back, um, and that it was a cold. It wasn't a cold night or anything, but that's how he described it, as when you're in cold and you blow your breath. You know how you see the smoke. That's how he described the guy having it all over him, and that he said, "Oh, I have to get." What did he say? I can't remember. Let me. I want to make sure I'm saying this right. I think he was saying that he had to make his plane or something like that. We have to find his luggage. I have to find it and let you guys know because I don't want to put bullshit on here. But he was looking for his luggage, or he had to catch his flight. And when the guy turned back to talk to his, oh no, because he said he wanted to use the phone. That's it. He wanted to use the phone. The guy pointed the other way, like there's a phone right over there. But when he pointed and looked back at the guy was no longer there. But he does remember the mist, and he remembers this very vividly. And he had said this story for many times, even as he was reported years later. He would never change his story, so that's kind of weird. Um, I don't know. I guess he thought the guy was just chilly from that night. I don't know. It was not a cold night, but still. Um, Other residents around the trailer park also, they said that they hear weird noises, and they would hear rapping, and they would hear loud bangs, like if something hit the ground. Which, think about it, if a plane crashes, it will make sound when it hits the earth. So they said that they did see that, and also too, This guy is convinced that he's seen a passenger that day. Like I said, other people have had encounters too in regards to this. So I tend to believe that he did see something. He just, it's just one of those things that, we don't understand. But, you know, when when a being dies, it died suddenly without even knowing that what was coming. Maybe those passengers didn't even know, so their souls are restless. And many of you know me as an ex paranormal investigator, which I will be doing that again soon. I truly believe that the souls are not resting. So people have seen blue lights, people have seen red lights throughout this time. People hear moaning sounds on the area where this happened. And there's another trailer park on 400 West Tui, I believe. That's where the trailer park is at. And also the cemetery in O'Hare, which is no longer there because they destroyed it so that they could start all this new runway. They also stated that they see mist there in that area, and they see um, people running. I don't know if it's people running because of the tragedy, and they're just trying to run away from it. I don't know, but anyway, I just wanted to put this up here as a little story, so that you can know a little bit about the O'Hare tragedy in 1979 for Flight 191. So before 9/11, Flight 191 was the worst tragedy in American history. But of course, 9/11 took that away from everybody, which is not a title you want, of course, but it happened. So I'll put more stories up soon. As a matter of fact, I might do another one tonight. I'm trying to remember some, and I have a lot of things jotted down that I just got to read up on them, and I'll let you guys know. So if you like these, um, not live videos. I don't want to do live videos because if I do live, you're going to ask questions, and I don't want to stop the story just to answer questions. So if you like these videos, let me know, and I'll do some more. And I'll do a lot of Chicago folklore because I do a lot of Chicago stuff anyway. So with that being said, this is Damien, and I hope you do enjoy this little piece of Haunted Chicago. And the reason I did this is because James James Crowley, a friend of mine who was a paranormal investigator in the city of Chicago, he did a lot of hauntings. He died years ago, and he was waked actually half a block away from me at Modell Funeral Home here on Pulaski. I live half a block away from there, and in his funerals here was jam packed. So this was many years ago, but still, I just thought I'd let you know. Maybe I'll talk about Resurrection Mary or one of the other hauntings in the city of Chicago, so I could keep this going because I don't want it to be lost. Okay, talk to you later, and this is Damien. Peace out.